So France edge a really entertaining game which had 5 goals in it. Ousmane Dembele with the winner, 12 minutes from time. Here's England's captain and goal scorer Harry Kane with Gabriel Clark.
Harry, have you missed a chance to make a statement tonight?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously scoring 2 goals away from home in France. It should be enough. You know, we've got to find a way to win that, especially when they go down to 10 men. We just wasn't good enough, I don't think. We have to look back and see why, but yeah, they was just getting too much space in vital areas, even with 10 men. What was missing?
Because, I mean, one of the most disappointing factors must be as well that their goal, their winner, has come from an error, and it wasn't the first.
Yeah, but that's the way we play. If we want to be brave and play like that, then sometimes mistakes like that are going to happen. And yeah, it's stuff that we've got to work on. But Dyer's a great player, and it was just a ball that got cut out, which was unfortunate.
Is it about that sort of game management as well when things do change, being adaptable?
Yeah, exactly, and that's what we've been working a lot on. And it's disappointing, obviously, getting it back to 2-2, where them down to 10 men puts us in the driver's seat. But we really didn't step it up another gear, and they seem to get another wind. And like I said, we'll have to look back and see why. But yeah, it wasn't good enough.
Thanks, Harry.
Thank you.
Well, a terrific game to watch, but let's not sugarcoat it. Really disappointing from England's point of view. France down to 10 men in the 47th minute, and yet it looked like France, Lee, had the extra man, and England ultimately the architects of their own downfall.
Yeah, mistake from a set piece, the first goal, short in midfield for the second goal, and the third goal, the winner, it was good play and then poor play from Dyer. He drops into the back four, there's 2 centre-backs split, we see them split, that's fine. The ball he attempts is a dangerous one. If he gives the ball away there, just stay in position, which he does, and then all of a sudden he runs into midfield. By that time, Stones can't get round, Mbappe's already on the run, he can't get over, it's too late because that gap's been left, and then they're playing catch-up. The 2 full-backs are high, they can't get back, and he's hit it Dembele into the corner, but it's a mistake that shouldn't happen. You're playing against 10 men, you've got to be in a position there. If you're going to drop in and play that ball, it has to go to a white shirt, otherwise you put your team in jeopardy.
And a bit of a photo finish, arguably, for man of the match between Pogba and Dembele, who was terrific throughout, Ryan.
Yeah, I think you've got to give credit to France, because even in that picture there, they're not dropping back into their own half, they're actually still on the front foot, and they carried on playing like they did in the first half, even though they're down to 10 men. So you have to give credit to France, even though England made a lot of mistakes. But yeah, Pogba today was, I mean, you've got to be excited if you're a United fan. You can't wait for next season if he's going to play like that, because tonight he had everything.
Yeah, if you're going to stay off of him, if no one's going to get anywhere near him when he picks up the ball, you'd like to see people think, hang on a minute, Pogba's on a bit of a game here. Let me try and get a little bit closer to him, at least. Someone, I know, it's even when they had 10 men, it's almost like it evened it up. I don't think we had a chance in the second half.
You just felt that he was playing the game he wanted to play, because our midfield weren't close enough, and when we did get close, he's clever enough just to knock it round the corner.
Now, for the first time, but certainly not for the last, gents, we'll talk about VAR.
Yeah.
And we think probably, by and large, to be fair, the right decision was actually initially given by the referee and was confirmed by the man in the sky.
Yes, it was. Technically, yeah, he caught him. When you do look at it, what you're told, and you're a youngster going through, is that once you do get past the defender, at some stage you want to try and cut across his path.
We think that's probably right as well. Harry Kane doesn't really impact on an opponent,
no,
so
he
he's
doesn't.
not offside.
No, he doesn't. And to be fair, Varane doesn't even actually make a challenge. That's the foul. When you see it, he's caught him, when you look at it, he's caught him there. It's not really, but technically he's fouled him, and it's very harsh. He's got the sending off him as well.
The referee hasn't got a choice. He's waiting to see. He's probably waiting to see whether there was contact. He thought he saw contact. Varane's not deliberately tried to trip him up, but it's a foul. There's no doubt about that. The fact that he hasn't attempted to play the ball means the double jeopardy doesn't play, so he's got to send him off. It's absolutely the right decision.
Yeah, right decision. We didn't want him to be sent off because it was such a great game, and we thought maybe that would ruin it.
I did want him to be sent off. I didn't realise France was still going to hammer us with 10 men. I was desperate for him to get sent off.
The interesting thing is, I know you like your rugby. Nobody here knew what was going on in the sense that it wasn't shown on the big screen. And unlike rugby and cricket, not even us as broadcasters could hear the conversation that's going on between the fourth official and the referee as well. So we're all just sitting there on tenterhooks waiting for them to make the decision.
It's early days, and I'm sure it will evolve as it goes on. So they're going to make mistakes, and they're going to, more often than not, what happens in the other sport, they get the right decision. Not all the time, and sometimes it's a matter of opinion, but tonight was a good example of getting the right decision.
To be fair, the referee had a look on his face as if to say he didn't know what was going on either, to be fair. But he got it right.
Yeah. And that's really what matters. The right decision was made. OK, one silver lining for England, really, for their temporary captain, maybe soon-to-be permanent captain. Goals 37 and 38 of this prolific season for Harry Kane. There's more World Championship boxing coming soon to ITV box office. Chris Eubank Jr. making the first defence of his IBO World Super Middleweight title against a former three-time two-weight world champion in Arthur Abraham at Wembley Arena, Saturday the 15th of July. ITVboxoffice.com has more details. Should be a really good fight and a serious test for Chris Eubank Jr. For those who like stats, Gareth Southgate's record, 1-3, drawn 3, lost 2, but it's really about progression towards a major championship. So to that end, gents, this central midfield area, how big a worry should that be for the England manager?
Massive. Massive.
Yeah.
I feel that, especially when you look at the quality that they've got with Pogba and Kante, and when we've got Eric Dyer, for me, looked tired today. I didn't think he played well against Scotland as well, and then you've got Ox, who's kind of filling in. Getting balls played into him in areas he's not really used to. So I don't think we can build too much on that, simply because, you know, we're going into competitions with top midfielders. We're going to struggle. We'll get beaten in that area.
I think when you look at our team, it can match up to other teams. Defensively, you can build an argument. Two different ways of playing. Up front, certainly you've got goals, but when it comes to wide areas as well and full backs, when it comes to that central midfield area, I'm scratching my head to go, how do we go against the big teams? And who have we got to come back? Obviously Henderson's out, Livermore's been in, but then you kind of...
Can I say Wayne Rooney, or will you laugh at me?
You can say it, yeah. I mean, he's still got a huge amount of quality, but I don't think you can play him as a build-up player in a team that's going to not have the ball at some point against the big teams. I think you get lost.
I think if you're in that England under-20s World Cup winning team and you're in the central midfield, then you're thinking, I've got a chance next year. Definitely.
But you've got to get in your league team first. That's
you
the
have.
issue,
They've got
haven't
to
you?
play more regular, but you're looking at that. We hadn't heard of Mbappe this time last year, so there can be players who can emerge within a season. Also, Dele Alli dropping maybe potentially deeper, but then do you lose something going forward? But England are definitely short in that department when you come up against the big teams.
Yeah, they really did look it. But as you say, great for the under-20s, but they've got to get in their league side first. And of course, with so many overseas owners and managers, they don't give two hoots the nationality of their players. They just want good ones. They haven't got to do England a favour, have they?
Well, they're not going to do England a favour, and I suppose that we have to look to Everton now. Hopefully, all of Everton's players can come through and play in their first team, maybe get in, but you don't know. It's a massive, massive problem we've got.
Should be excited if you're French here tonight, though, shouldn't you? You think about who didn't even get on the pitch, players like Griezmann, etc. I mean, how good they could be.
Again, without the ball, they've got a plan. You know, even with 10 men, you said, you know, they were pressing without the ball. But when they've got the ball, they're just so dynamic. They've got players, they've got speed, creativity. And again, we talked about Pogba. If he plays like that at all next season,
to be fair, when you've got Kante on the pitch, you never really doubt a 10 man. You've got two players there anyway.
It was unfair that Kante was playing for him tonight.
OK, gentlemen, thank you very much indeed. It's been a great season. I'll see you at the weekend. Confederations Cup coming around the corner. Thank you, Ian. Thank you very much indeed, Ryan. More reaction and analysis of tonight's game with us all here. 11:05, the highlights on ITV. And as I say, that's the end of England's season, but our coverage of the Confederations Cup gets underway this Saturday. Germany, Portugal and Chile all involved. We'll show the opening match between the hosts Russia and New Zealand from 3:30 here on ITV. This Sunday there's the final of the Under-20s World Rugby Championship, England and New Zealand, 2:45 on ITV. And on Tuesday, 1:30 ITV, Royal Ascot, and the opening show is at 10 o'clock in the morning. So tonight here in Paris, it's finished. France 3, England 2, video referee 1. Good night.
We need strong character to be successful at the highest level. It's about being able to perform under pressure in big matches.
It's into Harry Kane, and England lead in Paris. It's in towards Giroud, a good save that. And it is Samuel Umtiti who's equalised for France. Dembele, good save by Heaton. It's 2-1. Penalty has been given. Spice things up a little bit here. England on terms. It's Dembele! France have beaten them 3-2.